the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now Newton. He'll buy some time right. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on the punt. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They run with Breida. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now a first carry for Daniel Humphrey. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Here's Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Trubisky. Flush to his right. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll toss it to Breida. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point good by Barth, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, it's Newton. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Here's a former 1,000-yard rusher, it's Stephen Ridley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Here we go. Let's rock now.
Now Newton on first down. James has got it, complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run at Stephen Ridley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw on second down is Newton. Escape, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. John Jenkins able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play action. It's Newton. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. To throw is Newton. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. This offense trots back out there now. And they do, Charles. One thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you can kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him. Now it's Breida. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This is Breida, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Here's Connor Barth for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Barth puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Ridley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run with Ridley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got room. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Newton. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Ridley. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. McCoy, the lone man in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Newton now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for the Panthers. 64 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll run it here. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go. Run the ball after this.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
18.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And it's a wobbler, but he does get it to go as it creeps over the bar. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. That looked a little bit off. You expect more leg out of him, but he did get it to go.
But you and I both know sometimes depending on the angle, they may take a little bit off of the kick in order to make sure that they line it up properly and bring it home through the posts.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton flush to his right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
Newton on 3rd down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Play action. It's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A beautiful fake. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Glover Quinn there on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind. The line. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Breida. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And it's a big turnover there on the final play. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go, fellas. Gun.
Here's Newton. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Derek Wolfe in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tahir Whitehead. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. Where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. Ran, tough.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he slides to avoid the hit. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Throwing here, Trubisky. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Here's Trubisky to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know that's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
Now a first down throw for Newton. They'll roll him out right. Fighting to stay upright. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw, Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jameis Olawale, 57 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They go play action. Trubisky on the move to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Panthers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
He'll look to throw. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. And the Panthers coming out now. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. And they'll go on the ground. And some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Carolina, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will be at home next week to take on the New